This week in the weekly news, Rachel Maddow nearly suffers a nervous breakdown on national television after Robert Mueller declares Trump sanitary and Russia-free. And Jussie Smolett is back in the news. Smolett got to skip away with a slap on his emaciated wrist in a justice-defying backroom deal. And CNN loses more than half of its audience as viewers melt down, causing a mass exodus as a result of the Mueller report. I'm David Dinkley, and this is Weekly News. MSNBC amateur show host Rachel Maddow nearly suffered a nervous breakdown on national television after the release of the Robert Mueller report, which vindicated President Donald Trump of alleged Russian collusion. An insider source stated that the dullard news host Maddow could barely make it through her program and went into full meltdown mode after her show, complete with a Clinton-style tantrum and an object-hurling rage. It is said that an intern suffered minor injuries when she was struck in the head with a large dildo and was rushed to a local pub where her head injuries were treated with the liberal use of alcohol. And Chicago PD sources say Jussie Smolett somehow got a mystery pardon allegedly arranged by Michelle Obama, much to the chagrin of the enraged Chicago Police Department and mayor, who in retaliation then released the sealed Smolett arrest case reports under the Freedom of Information Act into the wilds of the Internet. Sources also say Cook County District Attorney Kim Fox, who received a whopping $400,000 campaign contribution from none other than the billionaire windbag George Soros, is now coming under a federal investigation for letting Smolett skip away with a slap on his emaciated wrist in a backroom deal made with Smolett's attorneys. The FBI is expected to pick up the case and will likely pursue federal wire fraud charges against Smolett and also thoroughly investigate all parties involved in dropping the charges in this high-profile, nation-rattling hate crime hoax. Insider Chicago sources say Democrat operatives are fleeing the city like cockroaches fleeing the light of day, much like greased rats trying to slip under a door, or a Democrat lobbyist trying to distance themselves from Clinton's Fusion GPS.
Let's take a quick break, then we'll be back with more of the weekly news.
Coming this fall, the X-Men. Thrill to the adventures of this group of once normal X-Men as they take on social norms and taboos. Watch in suspense as their human rights are taken one after another until they are completely emasculated. Try not to look away as these X-Men are castrated in rapid succession. You'll see rabid feminists and social justice warriors belittle, demean, and ravage these X-Men as never seen before. Once they were men, but now they're not. X-Men. Sundays right after Percy's House.
And in other news, CNN's ratings plummet by a whopping 50% on March 26th in a freefall as the network left thousands of loyal liberals in a blank state of confusion as a result of the Mueller report clearing President Trump. One CNN source was quoted as saying, "It's difficult to shift gears after we pushed the Russia narrative for 2.5 years, day and night. It's left our viewers vapid and confused. Many have called us fake news and liars. We are hoping that our attack on the president's health care issues distracts from the Russia fiasco." And that's quite another devastating blow for the Clown News Network, as they recently lost their airport contracts earlier this year. CNN is reportedly revamping their entire lineup as a result, and are reportedly closing in on signing hosts to replace losers Anderson Cooper and Don Lemon. CNN reports that they are looking to increase their journalistic credibility, which explains why they're signing SpongeBob Squarepants and the Kool-Aid Man, neither of which placed much faith in the Russian collusion narrative. Well, that about wraps it up for this week. For the weekly news, I'm David Dinkley.